So let's start by just going hi. Hi. Okay, so either settle yourself on the ground or on a chair. Okay. Up to you. Up to you. Okay. So this is the beginner's class. So we're going to just try to explore what our bodies can do. Some of you can do more, some of you can do less. It doesn't really matter, okay? So just get comfortable. So if you want to lie down, you want to sit, you want to lean back in your chair, you do what you need to do. We're just coming to our center. So either sit or lay down, get comfortable. Okay. And let's just close our eyes and settle ourselves. So with every yoga class, if there's something that does not feel right for you, don't do it. Think about something else that you can do that's kind of like what we're doing, or just sit or lie down. You can always take a break, okay? It's always available for you. Okay, so just make sure that you honor that. So honor yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to read something first. I'm reading, I have a whole stack of books. Everywhere in my house, I have a stack of books that I'm reading. And this one I'm reading, and it's from Stephen Levine. It's A Year to Live. How to live this year as if it was your last. So just trying to get out, but anyway, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about sensations that he writes about. So I'm just going to read this, and you can take it as you like, okay? So you can take little bits of it and then get rid of it, or you can really go in a little bit deeper, okay? So he writes, every time you're ill or have a headache, instead of turning on every appliance in the house to distract yourself, settle into the moment as it is and soften around the discomfort. We have been conditioned to withdraw our awareness from the unpleasant. Break that imprinting. Whatever limits the entrance of awareness limits healing. Allow awareness to go where it may never have been before. Let it enter directly into the field of sensation radiating from the discomfort. Soften and explore the constant state of change within the sensations. Do they move? Or do they remain stationary? Do they have a shape? Does the shape remain constant? Or is that always constantly changing? Watch the unfolding of sensation as a process. If you bang your elbow, notice how that first moment of pain spirals out into space like a skyrocket. And then it fizzles and falls to earth as a few dull sparks. Let it float. Send loving kindness into the elbow. Don't be embarrassed to have this much love for some part of yourself. When we begin to respond to discomfort, instead of reacting to it, an enormous change occurs. We begin to experience it not as just our pain, but as the pain. And it becomes accessible to a level of compassion, perhaps previously unknown. So thinking about your discomfort as the discomfort, not your discomfort. Okay, so something to think about through your practice today. Okay, so allow yourself to come to your center and start to do a little check-in with yourselves. What are you noticing about yourself today? Anything goes here. So anything that you notice, the way that you're breathing, any of the sensations that are moving through your body, what you're thinking about, and anything else that's occurring at this moment. You can set an intention for this practice today. So the intention is, why did you come to practice? Why are you here? Or something that you would like to focus on. And then focus on your breath just a little bit more. And just watch the rise and fall of your chest, of your belly. Maybe you can even feel the size of your body expanding as you breathe. Maybe you feel the breath somewhere else. So don't try to change the breath, just notice your natural rhythm of breathing. Okay, and then on your next breath, you're going to give yourself a little stretch any way you like. So your arms can go above your head, behind your head. Then you stretch out to the sides if you want to. Just try not to hit anybody because it's a pretty tight room. Good. And then start to wiggle any places in the body that feel like they need to be wiggled. So that could be your toes, it could be your nose, it could be your head, it could be your hips, be your arms. So just moving whatever feels instinctive to you. Might be your shoulders, might be doing a little bit of a twist. Maybe it's just your eyes blinking. You feel like you need to move your eyes. These are all parts of the body. So just move however you feel like you want to move. So just wiggling around. And be aware of it. Notice what kind of sensations come up. There's going to be some places where you don't want to move, and it's because maybe there's a little bit of pinching there or pain there or something happening that's not feeling very positive for you. And that's okay, just like what I read about. Notice that discomfort, something that feels not the greatest, but move anyway and just try to breathe into that space. Just bringing an awareness to it. Good. Okay. So give ourselves another big, nice stretch. You can give yourself a hug however you want to. Maybe your knees come towards your chest. Maybe you just wrap your arms around your body somehow, maybe just your shoulders, and you just give yourself a hug. However you want to give yourself a hug. You can maybe just even clasp your hands if that's all you want to do. And that's totally fine too. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to shake that out. And then you're going to bring yourself into a seat. Any way you want. So you can be sitting on the chair if you want to. You can be sitting cross-legged. Your knees can be bent. So however you need to bend. Now I'm going to be going up and down so that everybody can see me because I know some people. Okay, so however you want to sit. And just close your eyes again. So your legs can be out however you want to sit. Just close your eyes. Take a moment. And then we're going to start with the head. We're just going to lift the chin up towards the ceiling and then back down towards the chest. Okay, so don't force it. There's lots of little tiny ligaments in there that we don't want to overstretch. So just lift the chin up. And exhale, you're going to bring the chin back down. And we're going to try to sit up as tall as we can as well to lift the chin up. And exhale to bring the chin back down. We're going to do that one more time. Just breathe using your breath. And keep noticing any sensations. Notice when you lift up, if the shoulders are lifting up too. Try not to lift them up. And bring the head back down. And then bring your head back to center when you're ready. And then we're just going to look over to the left and to the right. So Doesn't matter left or right or left, it doesn't matter. Just try not to turn it too much. And try not to turn your twist your shoulders or your torso, just the head moves. Nice and slow. And let's do that one more time. Good. Bring your head back to center and let's bring those shoulders up towards the ears as high as they can go. And then gently shake them down. Good. And then up towards the ears and then shake them down. Good. Up towards the ears and shake them down. Okay, this time up towards the ears, and then we're going to roll them down and back. So feel those shoulder blades sliding down your back, going up and down and back. So you can feel the heart in the chest opening on this one. Up and down and back. And let's one more time. Up and down and back. Good. Okay, now without hitting anyone, you're going to take your right hand. I'm mirroring you, and we're going to bring it over towards the left. And we'll do a big circle. And then bring that arm back down. Good. And then left arm towards the right. And then big circle towards the left. Good. And then we're going to do that again. Right arm over towards the left, big circle. Everyone's range of motion is going to be a little bit different here. Just feeling that opening through the armpit. And then the left arm, oops, and up. Good. Now we're going to do the reverse. We're going to take that right arm, bring it out to the right, and bring the circle up, and then over. Yeah, it might just do this. It might just do this. You might be just doing a little wave, and that's totally fine. So let's do the other arm. Left arm goes out, up, and over and across. Let's do the right arm again. Oops. So it might not go up very high, and that's totally fine. That's your range of motion, and it's totally fine. Now the other arm. So, but be aware of what's going on here. And over. Good. Okay, now let's just shake out those arms. Don't force it, but notice if there's any discomfort. Good. Okay, now let's wrap our arms around ourselves, reaching towards the shoulder blades if you can. Or maybe you just touch your shoulders and just give yourself a hug. Now let's tuck the head. Tuck the head in. Good. And then without smacking your neighbor, you're going to open up your arms, spread your fingers out wide, and you're going to look up. Push your heart forwards. Push your heart forwards. Good. And then exhale, put the other arm on top as you give yourself a hug. Which arm did you put on top? Some of us can't remember. That's okay. Bring your head back down. Me included in that. Okay, hold it here. Breathe. And then we'll open up the arms again. Open up and spread out those fingers. Push your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Good. And then bring the arms down. Good. Then we're just going to wiggle fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. And then we're going to flick. Flick. Flick, 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 flick. And we're going to bring those flicking fingers up. Good. And then we're going to just bend the elbows, bringing the elbows down to the side of the body as we flick. So elbows down to the side of the body, kind of look like little ducks or chickens. And then we're going to go up. Flick, flick. And one more time down, bending the elbows and bringing those elbows into the side of the body. Good, good. And we're bringing the arms all the way down and then shake out the hands. Okay, and then let's circle the wrists around. Again, we're going to bring those arms all the way back up. And circle the opposite direction all the way back down. Good. And then shake out. Okay, so we're gonna do some cows and cats. So there's a lot of different variations. You do what you need to do. So we can sit and do cow and cat. We can go on our hands and knees. We can sit in a chair. We can stand up. No, figure out what is the best variation for you. Okay, so cow and cat, I'll just stand up to show you. Cow and cat is just pushing out, pushing your heart forwards and then rounding out. So if you were sitting in a chair, you would be going like this and like this. Okay, if you're on tabletop on your hands and knees, you're just lowering the belly and pushing the back up. Okay, lots of different variations there. So you figure out what suits you best. Hands and knees, standing up, seated, up to you. Okay, so cow and cat. And you might have to change it up. So if it's not feeling good sitting, if it's not feeling good kneeling on your hands and knees, then sit in a chair or stand up. Okay. So we're getting the movement into our spine. The spine likes this. Okay, but don't press it up too high. Your toes, if you're on hands and knees, the toes can be curled or not curled. Okay, and we're going slow. And if on your hands it doesn't work, you can always come onto your forearms as well. There's always an option. Okay.
Linda here. Linda here. When do we breathe in? When do we breathe in and out?
Okay, so when you drop your belly, you have to mute
When do we breathe in and out?
That's okay. This is a good question. So when you're expanding, so when the belly goes down, you're expanding through your heart and your lungs. That's your inhale. When you're squeezing your body together, so you're arching your back out and your body, your front part of your body is squeezing in, that's your exhale because you're squeezing your lungs. So you want to exhale it all out. Okay? Good. We can also try it the opposite way though and see how that feels on the body. So let's all do that. So on your next inhalation, let's arch the back up. And just notice how that feels. So when you're doing this, you need to send the breath to your back as if your back was breathing. Okay, you have lungs back there as well too. So you would inhale here and then exhale, push it out through your heart. Just notice how that feels. It might feel okay, it might not feel okay. If your hands are getting tired, come onto your forearms. That's always an option. Okay. So we're inhaling and exhaling, or exhaling and inhaling. And now we're going to take a break. So wherever you are, you can either come into a child's pose. If you're sitting on a chair, just let yourself maybe a forward bend, bringing your hands onto your thighs and just soften yourself. You can always bring a block underneath your head as well too, or stack your hands and place them underneath your forehead. Okay. And take a moment to notice this. So you're giving a little stretch through your lower back, through your shoulders are relaxing, your hips are softening, your buttocks is softening, and it's moving back. So we'll just take a couple more breaths here. Okay, one more breath. And notice how you're breathing as well. Okay, and then you're going to bring yourself up. So we're going to stand up. If you want to do a downward dog while you're getting up, or however you want to get up however you need to get up. You can use no hands, use your chair, however you like to. Now, for those who want to need a little bit more balance, put the chair in front of you so you can use the chair for balance. Okay, so we're standing up. So we're just gonna start simply by standing in mountain pose. Okay, so Tadasana. So standing up nice and tall. So have your feet about hip width apart. Your arms are just gonna relax down by your sides. And you're gonna have your nose, the tip of your nose pointing forwards. Okay. You can close your eyes or a soft gaze. Feel as if the crown of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling. So just have Nicole put the chair in front of you so that you can hold on to it. Okay. And we're just gonna, yeah, perfect. Just like right there is perfect. Good. So trying to stand up as tall as we can. You can place your hands gently on the chair. That's always an option. Okay. Eyes can be open or closed. And think about your head being right between your shoulders. Okay. And then your shoulders over top of your hips over top of your knees, and your knees right over top of your ankles. Okay. And so we're balancing on both feet equally. Feel all 10 toes connecting into the ground. The ball of the feet connecting into the ground, and the middle of your heel, of each heel. Breathe. Who's holding their breath? Breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah, a lot of people are. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do some hip circles. So we can place our hands on our hips, widen our legs if that's comfortable. Bend into your knees. If you need to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. And we're going to move the hips around in circles. They don't have to be big circles. They can be small circles. You can think of yourself as a little hula dancer if you want to. You have that image in your mind, wearing a grass skirt. On a sandy beach in Hawaii. How about that?
Isn't that on the dashboard?
Yeah, one too, the bobblehead. Yeah. Okay, one more time around in this direction, and then we'll go in the opposite way. Now, the reason we bend our knees, because that helps us support the back. Okay. And what else helps to support the back is bringing that belly button a little bit closer towards the spine. And I'm not telling you to suck it in. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not going, don't do that. Don't do that. Just feel, you might place your hands on your belly. Okay, press a little bit and just pull the belly button in. So you're going to feel a little bit more firmness in that area as you do that. Okay. Did I say we were going in the other direction? Okay, yes. Good. Okay. Then you're gonna stand up and then you're gonna shake. And again, you can hold on to the chair as you shake, and you can maybe lift up one foot, play around with your balance here if you want to. Good. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna play a little bit with the blocks. So if you have a block or a towel or a book at home, grab your block and you're just going to put it down on the ground in front of you. So the block is just going to be in front of you. You can hold on to the chair still. So put it so it's the lowest setting. Okay. So we're just going to play with our balance here. So to begin with, we're just going to stand up nice and tall in our mountain pose. And we're going to shift the weight from one foot to the other foot. So you can do whatever you want with your hands. If you want to keep them together by your heart, this is your body and your mind connecting. So if you want that connection, sometimes it helps. You can do that, or you can bring your hands on your hips or wherever you like. Okay. So we're just going to shift the weight from foot to foot. And maybe the foot just comes up a little tiny bit. Maybe you can lift it up high. Entirely up to you. Okay. So focus, try not to look down, try to look forward. If you want to challenge yourself, close your eyes. You don't have to. I said if you want to, okay? Want to. You don't have to. You can also hold on to a chair or a wall or whatever you like, okay? So just playing around with balance and making sure that you're breathing. So just so everyone knows, what makes yoga yoga? Downward dog and handstand and stuff like that, that actually is just exercise and gymnastics. That doesn't make yoga yoga. What makes yoga yoga is whatever you're doing, brushing your teeth, cooking dinner, picking up dog poop. I don't know why I said that. I just probably because I did it this morning. Anyway, whatever you're doing, you bring awareness to it. You be present with what you're doing and what you notice about yourself, what you're thinking about, what you feel in your body. That's what makes it yoga. That's how you can bring it into your daily life. Okay? Regardless of what you're doing. Okay, let's stop for a moment. Now we're going to use that block. So you're going to put it kind of so that you can, I'm just going to use this. That is available for you. Okay? And we're going to just lift up your foot and you're going to touch and then you're going to put it over to the other side. So all we're doing is putting our foot over the block like this. And it might end up on the block and that's totally fine, okay? So we're just lifting up the foot and bringing it over the block, okay? Without losing our balance. Don't worry. It might just come up close to the block. It might have to stand on the block, okay? And then bring it over. So while you're doing this, just notice all the different things that are happening, all the muscles that you're using and breathing. And you can also, if you don't want to do it, imagine that you do it. Close your eyes and imagine that you're doing it. You don't want to do it. Okay. Now the leg that you're using, the one that you're standing on, it's getting fatigued. So now we're going to stop. We're going to wait a moment. And now you're going to use that other leg. So I guess whatever leg you're not using, the one that you didn't use, now you're going to switch legs and do it again. And it doesn't matter how high this leg goes, and this side might be easier, and it might be more difficult. Okay. You can also pause above the block before you bring it down. And again, everyone's going to be in a different place. You might have to look at the block. You might be able to not look at the block. You might be able to close your eyes. Everyone's going to be different, and that's totally fine. Just do what you can do in a safe way and breathe. Excellent. Okay, a couple more times on that leg. And then we'll stop. And we'll take a moment in our mountain pose just to check things out. How are you feeling? What are you feeling? How's your breath? Were you holding your breath? What were you thinking about? Lots of things go through the mind, lots of different thoughts. Some of them stay with us for a lot longer. Some of them just totally disappear. So just notice. Okay, so we're going to do warrior one. So warrior one is with your right. We're going to start with our right foot forwards and our left foot back. And the left foot is going to be at 45 degrees. Your legs do not need to be in line with each other. They can be wide apart. Okay? The main thing is that your hip bones are facing forwards. Okay? So you're bending into your front knee. The back leg is somewhat straight. It can have a little bit of a bend into it. Okay? And then we're going to bring the arms up. If your arms are getting tired up here, we can always bring them down to the heart. Okay? So both shoulders should be facing forwards. So if you feel like you're on an angle, you might need to bring that back foot out a little bit. Good. Yeah, just out, bring that back foot out a little. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Good. Okay. I'll just hold it here and just feel what you feel. Okay, and make sure that you have equal weight through both feet. So you're not leaning too much into the front leg, not leaning too much into the back leg. Okay, now we're gonna straighten your front leg and we're gonna reach up a little bit higher. Good. And on your exhale, we're gonna bring the hands together, bring them down to the heart, and we're going to bend back into your front knee. Okay, so we're just shifting the weight a little bit. So we're gonna lift up, reach up, inhale here, exhale, bring it back down. 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. I'm gonna hold it here. Good. And we're gonna take a step forwards. And bring your hands back down. And stand in mountain pose. And just take notice on how again you're feeling. You might feel maybe your left thigh is a little bit, you can feel that a little bit more. Maybe your hip flexor, you can feel a little bit more. Maybe you feel something else somewhere else. Breathe. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to take the right leg and we're going to bring it back 45 degrees. So making sure your hip bones are facing forwards. So just adjust accordingly. Okay. Good. Find your balance. Then you can bring your arms up. Your left knee is bent. Okay, hold it here. Good. And then on your next inhalation, we're going to straighten that front leg and reach up a little bit higher. Extend through your fingertips. Good. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the hands down towards the heart. Good. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, back down. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good, I hear everyone breathing, awesome. Inhale. And exhale. Good, I'll just hold it here for a moment. And then we'll take a step forwards. Good. Good, bring your arms down. And then we can just wiggle around. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do some twisting. So we're gonna bring our feet a little bit wider. Again, you can hold onto the chair if you need to. Okay, so your toes can be slightly turned out. Okay, so maybe the width of your mat, maybe a little bit narrower, entirely up to you. Okay, so we're gonna bring the arms up. We're gonna bend into the knees just a little tiny bit, so we're not locking the knees. Then we're gonna twist over towards the right side. We're gonna bring the arms down, and we're just gonna twist a little bit. So we're looking over, bring the arms all the way down. Okay, maybe your head moves a little bit more. We're stationary in our legs, nice and strong support here. Okay, then we're gonna inhale, the arms are gonna come all the way back up again. We're gonna come through center, and then we're gonna twist over towards that left side. Arms come all the way down. So your feet are not moving, but you're twisting in through your torso. Don't force the twist, just go as far as you want. And maybe your head goes a little bit more. Okay, let's inhale, lift up. And over towards that other side. And for those of you who need the balance with the chair, you can always keep one hand on the chair. Okay, there's always that availability for you. Okay, inhale, lift all the way back up again. One more time, over towards that left side. And twist. Hold it here. Should feel some stuff happening in your torso, in your abs, and then maybe in your back a little bit. Maybe even in your shoulders. Okay, and then inhale, come all the way back up. And this time we're gonna do a forward fold down. So if you need to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. You can heel toe your feet a little bit closer if that feels better for you. And you're just going to go down. You don't have to go down that far. You can keep your knees really bent. That will help to support your back. You can bring your arms onto your thighs. You can put your hands down onto the chair itself. So whatever you need to do, you can reach down towards your toes. Let your head drop. So you're still supported through your feet, but you're just really softening through the rest of your body. You should feel some stretching in through the back of your legs. You might feel a rush of blood. If you start to feel dizzy, don't force yourself up really fast. Go very, very slow and come up very slowly. We'll take a couple more breaths down here, if that's possible. I guess everyone wants to come up, so we'll come all the way up. We'll go all the way up. Let's give ourselves a nice big stretch. Big stretch. Good. And then bring our arms all the way down. Good. Okay, let's heel toe our feet together just a little bit. You might want to keep a little bit wider. Okay, we're going to bring our hands onto our hips. If you want to hold again, hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. And we're just going to bend as low as you can. And then we're going to come all the way back up again. Good. So we're going to bend again. So what this is doing is working on our joints, but it's also really working on our thighs and our lower legs.
The ankles.
And the ankles too, and the ankles. So go slow, go slow. Your body will tell you how far you're able to go and how far you want to go. Okay? And all the way down again, just as far as you can. Maybe you can go down further. But don't force it. You should feel your legs working here. And again, see if you can keep a nice long body. And go down. Can we do one more?
Sure.
One more, why not? One more, why not? Getting those big butt muscles to get some work done on them. Good. And come back up. Okay, and let's shake again. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, so we're gonna play with our balance a little bit more. We're just gonna come onto your right toes. Okay, so you're gonna lift up your right heel. Okay, again, you can hold on to your chair. Okay, then we're gonna switch. You're gonna bring that heel down. You're gonna lift up on to the left toes. The left heel's coming up. Okay, and then we'll bring that down, and then the right. So you can keep at this pace if you want. You can do whatever you want with your arms. You want to work on your tricep muscles, bring your arms into cactus. And we'll work on our tricep muscles at the same time. If you want to go a little faster, we'll just go up and down. But you don't have to go this fast. You can go slow. If you play around, go a little faster, you're going to play around a little bit more with your balance. Make sure you're breathing. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have to remind everyone, even myself sometimes, to breathe. Okay, a couple more of these. Feel those ankles working, feel those toes working, feel the calves working, muscles around the shins. Feel your arms working if your arms are up. Breathe. Try to get all 10 toes to connect. Okay. And let's bring the feet down and bring the arms down. Whoa. Shake them out. Okay, and then we're going to get back down onto the ground. So find a creative way to get down that's gentle and safe and elegant and peaceful. However you need to do it. However you need to do it. We're actually going to come down and on our backs again. Yeah. So if you want to sit in a chair, you can sit in a chair. You don't have to be on your back. You can sit in a chair. Always an option.
Oh.
Just sit in the chair. Okay. Okay, everyone's ready to lie down. Okay. Good job. It's important to be able to get up and down off the ground. So it's a lot of work, but it's very worthwhile. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do a twist. So we're gonna bend into the knees first. So if you're sitting on a chair, you just place your feet onto the ground, okay, and then we're gonna do a chest twist. So the feet are on the ground, regardless of where you are. Your feet are on the ground, okay. And what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna heel toe the feet apart, and then heel toe the feet together. So we're gonna start doing that. So either you're seated into your chair and you're on the ground and you're heel toeing your feet. So what this is doing is getting your adductors, your inner thighs working, and it's getting your outer thighs, your abductors working into your hips. Okay, so heel toe, heel toe. So you're walking the feet, going back and forth. You see what I mean? You're like, move the toes apart, then move the heels apart. Move the toes apart, and then move the heels apart. Yeah, and so they're kind of walking away from each other, and then walking towards each other. And you're gonna feel your inner thighs and your outer thighs working here.
I like this.
I love this one. Yeah, it's really good. It's good for toning those muscles because, you know, there's not a lot of things that we actually do to use those muscles. So this is a good one, and it's one that you can do in bed. You can do it in bed. Yeah. Okay. Now bring them so that your heels are in line with your hips. Good. So we're gonna end up doing a twist, but we're not doing a twist yet. So bend your knees. Okay. And all we're gonna do is squeeze our bums. Squeeze them. Both sides, both cheeks. See if you can squeeze them and still breathe. Are you holding your breath? Now release. Now do that again. Squeeze both bum muscles, both of them. And then relax them. And then do that again. Both of them at the same time. And make sure you're breathing. Can you soften the rest of your body? Can you soften your jaw and your eyes and your tongue and still squeeze your bum? No. Yeah. Okay, and then release. Okay, now let's just do the right side. Just squeeze the right side. Just the right side. Keep the left side soft.
How do you do that?
And you have to focus. Focus. Direct your attention to the right side and squeeze it. Now release that and then squeeze the left side. And again, it's just directing your attention to one side and then the other side. It takes practice. Okay, release it. Then squeeze the right side again. Release it and then squeeze the left side again. Good. And then release that. Now squeeze both again. And then release. Now the left side, squeeze it. And release it. And now the right side, squeeze it. And release it. Now both. Squeeze. And release. Okay. Take a moment here. Notice. Whatever you notice. And don't be judgmental on yourselves. If you need to stretch out your legs a little bit, you can stretch out your legs a little bit before we do our twist. So give them a little shake, give them a little stretch if you need to. Stretch your arms out if you want to. Stretch, give yourself a stretch. Always available for you. Okay. And then bring your feet back down onto the ground. Your knees are bent. Okay. And you're going to move your knees over towards the right side. Okay, so if you're seated in a chair, maybe just walk your feet over towards that right side by keeping your torso centered. Okay. And you can adjust your legs. You can totally adjust your legs. Okay. And when you're in the twist, and your arms can be wherever they feel comfortable. They might be above your head, they might be at your heart, they might be into a T position, or they might be down by your hips. Your head can twist either direction as well too. So you can move your head from the left or to the right. But again, don't force it. And again, if you're in a chair, you're keeping your torso centered and you're just moving your feet. You're just walking them over towards that right side. And then you can either look to the right or to the left or keep your head neutral. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, well, let's bring our knees back to center. Take a moment, notice. And then we're going to allow those knees to sway over towards the left side. So if you're in a chair, you're just going to walk your feet over towards the left, keeping your torso as centered as you can. Try to keep your shoulders down if you're on the ground. Try to keep, and if you're sitting in a chair, try to keep your shoulders level and pushing into the back of your chair. And again, your arms can go wherever you like. Head can go left, right, or center.
This is staying down, right? You don't-
No, you can twist that. It's just
Oh.
the shoulders that need to remain
Okay.
stationary. So yeah, adjust your legs, adjust your hips. You'll notice when you do that, it'll get in a little bit more into the buttocks, into the hip as well. And we're twisting. Pretend I'm sitting in a chair. Okay, and then we're going to bring ourselves back. Come back through your center, and now you can stretch out your legs. You want to keep your knees bent, keep your knees bent. They can even fall together. If you're sitting in a chair, you can stretch out your legs if you like, or you can keep your feet flat on the ground. And now you're going to relax. So we're going to come into our Savasana. So if you're on the ground, arms can be by your side. They can be at your heart, on your belly. If you're sitting in a chair, your hands can be on your thighs, by your side, whatever suits you the best. And then take some time to relax. Now, this pose, Savasana, is actually the hardest of the poses, of every single pose. There's 84 poses, a lot with hundreds and hundreds of variations. But this one is the most difficult. Why? Well, it's because you have to breathe, first of all, and you have to stay present. Now, the mind is going to want to take you on a journey because the mind likes to tell us stories. And sometimes we get swept away with these stories. So what we need to do is not get swept away. We have to stay present with our breath, with the sensations that are happening in the body, and just be. And that's where it becomes difficult. You're not looking for perfection here. When you notice the mind wandering, just gently, peacefully bring the mind back to the breath, to the body. And we might have to do this every few moments, and that's okay. With practice, it does get easier. Okay, very peacefully allow your breath to deepen. Beginning to bring the awarenesses back to yourself. It's most likely your mind did wander, and it's okay. Start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe gently moving your head from side to side, and take some time to explore those sensations that are happening. When you're ready, give yourself a nice stretch. And then you can move over onto your side in a fetal position. Take a moment there, maybe give yourself a hug. And then you're eventually going to move yourself up into a seat. Again, on the chair, on the ground, doesn't matter how your legs are, but just try to sit up as tall as you can. Okay, sometimes it helps to sit on either a knee pad or a towel or a pillow. That just helps to tilt the bottom of the pelvis. Okay, and just close your eyes for a few minutes. Or soft gaze, you don't have to have your eyes closed, but try to sit up tall. And just watch your breath for a few moments. We're looking for your natural rhythm, so don't try to change your breath. Just notice how quickly it's going out, how quickly it's coming in. Maybe it's going really slow, maybe one is slower than the other. So just noticing. And as you watch your breath, listen to how the breath is coming into the body. There is a natural sound as the breath comes in, and the sound is so. So see if you can hear that breath coming in, making that sound. Sometimes you have to say the word in, and then you'll all of a sudden you can visualize that sound. So the sound is so as it comes in. And when you exhale, notice if you hear a sound. And the natural sound is actually hum. It's like a hum sound. So you can exaggerate that sound because that sound, that hum sound, is really, really beautiful for your vagus nerve, which is the nerve responsible for your rest and digest, a part of your nervous system. So as you breathe in, feel as if it's a so sound that you're feeling through your body. And as you exhale, feel as if there's a humming going through your body as you exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Just so as you breathe in, hum as you exhale. And then you can return to your natural rhythm of breathing and take time to reflect on your practice. So what did you notice about your practice today? Maybe return to your intention to practice. So whatever you noticed, whether it was sensations, whether it's what you were thinking about, some of the movements that you did, your muscles, your joints, where you were. Your mind might have jumped out the window plenty of times. That's okay. Maybe it crawled under your mat. That's okay too. And you'll notice that there's some things that you're going to want to keep or integrate into your life. And there's other things that you can just leave. You don't need them. You just let them go. Just let them go. Whatever that may be. Good. Okay, and now we're going to give ourselves some gratitude. So take a breath in, bring the arms all the way up. Hands to touch, down towards the heart. Bow your head into your hands and give yourself lots of gratitude for this practice today. For maybe trying something new, for exploring, noticing how our bodies kick and talk, and noticing what else there's to notice. Giving ourselves lots of gratitude. And also feeling grateful for everyone else in this space, sharing their energy. And we'll finish with Om. So we're gonna have a nice big Om together, but there's lots of us, create lots of energy, and we can send that energy out to maybe somewhere that needs it maybe more than we do. Okay, so let's take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale for Om. Namaste. Thank you. That was beautiful.